just to give this a test, if I push the top one, that's going to close the gate like you see here, so it is completely closed. And then if I push the bottom one, it opens up the gate just like that. And then if we come to the other side, it's the same thing. I do need to cover this up. You can see the redstone right there. Again, if I push the top, that's going to close the gate. And then if I push the bottom one here, it opens it back up. Hello everybody, Rope Fox here, and welcome back to another episode. Get out of here. Doing my intro. Shoo. Hello everybody, Rope Fox here, and welcome back to another... Seriously? Really? You're gonna... Yeah, go over there. Go over there. Hello everybody, Rope Fox here, and welcome back to another episode of Truly Bedrock Season 7. This is episode 5, and I am going to be spending this episode in my base area. I've mainly been working on my base area off camera this season, just because I want to log on sometimes and do some building here and there, instead of just waiting, to do something on camera. So when I get some inspiration to build, I just have been logging on and have just been building, and this is what I have come up with so far. I know I've been showing off this area the most, my little dock area, and then my sewer, which I do want to do the redstone on. Finally, that is going to happen this episode. I'm making it my goal to do the redstone for the sewer gate down below, but I've been showing this area off mostly. So this is my little storage area. These are just some random homes, and I think I may have shown them before, but there's really nothing going on inside. They're just empty shells. That's an empty shell. Actually do have plans for that. That's going to involve my sewer gate with this house. I have my little blacksmith section here, and then I have some more random homes, and then I do have a big build planned right here. This is not what I'm going to do today, but you can see I have the foundation down and kind of just laying out how I would like my walkways to look. And then over here, this is what I want to start the episode off with. For this season, the inspiration for my base area has come from playing a lot of Elder Scrolls Online. I don't know who else plays the Elder Scrolls series, but I've basically been playing it since Elder Scrolls Oblivion when it first came out, along with Fallout 3 in the early 2000s. So that is what really got me involved in those games. And like I mentioned, Elder Scrolls Online is what I've been playing a lot of when I'm not playing Minecraft. In fact, I actually went into Cyrodiil recently and played the Under 50 campaign and actually got Emperor. So just to show that I'm not lying, here, go ahead and take a look. Yep, that's correct. I did get Emperor. That was very, very exciting. So definitely a big achievement in that game. But anyways, getting back on topic with the inspiration for my town this season, like I mentioned, it's coming from Elder Scrolls. It's not based on any town in particular, but it gave me the idea of what I wanted to do, kind of keeping the buildings nice and close, a little tall just to fill in the skyline. And because I am in the birch forest, I have been incorporating birch trees within the town itself. So I'm really happy with the way this is turning out. This is probably going to be a future garden-like area. I was just checking out the azalea tree here just to see how it would fit in. I'm not happy with the way that looks. I may or may not do a custom tree, but that one is definitely not staying. And like I mentioned for this episode, what I wanted to do was work on this, and this is going to be the church or temple or chapel, whatever you like to call it, of the town. And I already got started on it a bit. This is where the tower is going to be, and then I have the rest of the blocks here where the rest of the temple, chapel, church, again, whatever you want to call it, is going to be. But the main tower is going to be right here, and what I thought I would try to do is do a time lapse of me building the tower. So here we go. the tower is now finished. And I really like the silhouette it's giving off under the sun here, but let me go ahead and back up. Yeah, I am happy with the way this turned out. I will admit I did struggle a bit on designing this, and it took me a little while because originally I wanted to stick with my theme of using the spruce logs and dark oak stairs or blocks, which I still am going to do that on the backside, but trying to incorporate it into the tower itself, it was just looking a little weird. And then as I got higher up, so on the corners, I did use walls, so that's just regular andesite walls, just to kind of texture it just a bit. So I wanted to give the feel of it getting a little slimmer as it went up. So I have a combination of stone brick variants, the polished andesite, chisel stone bricks there, andesite walls, and then at the top I did use my deep slate bricks for the pointy top of the roof there. As far as the roof goes, I am just going to place down my stairs like I always do. This is going to hang over just a bit, but that's going to be fine. And then I come over to this side right here. And the way I've been doing the roofs for this build, or all the buildings, is I've just been doing something like that. And let's head up here. So all I've been doing is one block up, stair, stair upside down, block, stair, another upside down stair, and I should be getting to the center, so block up again, and stair, and then I do the exact same to the other side, so block up, stair, upside down stair, block up, stair, upside down stair, block up, stair, and then I put an upside down stair right here, and then a stair right there. And once I have that in place, I go ahead and place a slab right there, so it's a low slab going all the way to the back, so I don't have to worry about mobs spawning on top of my roof here, like that and like that. And then this part is finished. And when the frame of the roof is completed, it will look just like this, and it looks just like the rest of all of my other builds here. Of course, with some variations, depending on how I want the build to look. I know I'm not really the best builder out there, at least I wouldn't say that I am. So I get by. I would say I get by with the builds that I do. But definitely roofs are something that I have had to practice because there are so many different ways that you can do them. And then, of course, like I said, trying to decide the theme of my town this season, this roof really seemed to fit the bill here. And I'm just going to go ahead and line these up. Now I can already see where it's going to clash with my tower just a bit. So I did leave it flat on the back side, like I mentioned earlier, but I can see with this part right here, I may just have to knock that part out. It is what it is, but I think it should turn out fine. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and then we'll see how it looks. Finishing up the last wall, just like this, and that's going to be the window. Let's see, because it's a little weird how this works out. So it is 3 wide there, but technically it's against the back wall on the inside. So that's just how my builds have been coming together. Again, not super functional on the inside, but something I could do for pews. I could put a stair down like that, and I can do one here, here, and here, and maybe like a lectern or something like that. Actually, maybe this needs to go back a little more. Put it back there. Another one there. Space, and then a lectern. Yeah, that should work out. So if I really wanted to decorate the inside of this, I could. Again, these builds aren't meant to be super functional. They're more decorative, if anything. They do have some function. I'll get to in just a moment with this building right here, because I am going to do some redstone with that sewer gate. But before I do that, I just want to give this one final look over. And probably the best side to see it will be over here. And I like the way it turned out. I was a little hesitant still using the spruce and the dark oak, just because I felt like it was kind of a weird transition, but it's still within theme. And like I mentioned, I think it just would have been weird if I had spruce logs here, and then I really wouldn't know what to do going up, because it would have, you know, the brown color here. And if we're looking at this from the front, it'd just be spruce logs, brown, and then the rest of it would be gray, because I can't really put anything up there, and that's where I was having the struggle of trying to design this. But overall, I like the way it turned out. I ended up keeping this back piece here, so a stair should have technically been put there, but all I did was put a deep slate brick behind it, and I think it worked out. It's connected right there, but overall, it still keeps the design of the tower. Looking at it again, yeah, I like it. Yeah, I like the way this turned out. Now that some building has been done, what I would like to do is finally get to my redstone castle gate for my sewer. So it's not a castle gate in this sense, but it's using the same tutorial that I released for the castle gate tutorial. So instead of the castle gate, it's now going to be a sewer gate, but it's going to do the exact same thing. I'm still using the fence gates here, and it's going to go on this patch. Now, I did build this house up top with a purpose. So let's see where I'm at. 431, negative 629. So if I go straight into the house here, 431, 629. Let's see, there's my shovel. If I just dig straight down like this, you can see there is where the castle gate is. So what I wanted to do, and I may have given myself more space on this side, but what I would like to do for the redstone that goes up top is I'm going to have redstone down below and the redstone for the top of the castle gate, but that's all going to go and be contained within the house. At least that was the idea. After going through all my clips, I realized I did not hit record when I was building the circuits for the gate, so I do apologize about that. So what we're going to do now is just pick up to where I have finished installing everything, and I am giving it a final test. All of the redstone is in place, and one thing I didn't consider is where the buttons are supposed to go. So there is a block gap just so the redstone on the other side here doesn't interfere with any of the pistons. Now that means that the buttons had to go inside the wall, and even if I had to do it for this side, it would still look the same. So one thing I didn't consider, but it's not that big of a deal because I still need to decorate this so I can make it fit in with however I decide to decorate it. But just to give this a test, if I push the top one, that's going to close the gate like you see here, so it is completely closed. And then if I push the bottom one, it opens up the gate just like that. And then if we come to the other side, it's the same thing. I do need to cover this up. You can see the redstone right there. Again, if I push the top, that's going to close the gate. And then if I push the bottom one here, it opens it back up. And that will bring us to the end of today's episode. I definitely got a lot done, and I'm glad I was able to show one of my builds in my base area on camera, and this will not be the end of it. As I continue to build up the town, especially this build right here, I will show that as well. But I'm really happy with the way this tower came out. I did add some details off camera here, just adding in my cracked stone bricks and everything like that. I put down some carpet on areas where mobs can spawn. So in the end, what I really wanted to do was just add some variety to my town. So I have all of these rooftops here, which are pretty much identical. They're just at different heights. So I thought a tower would break all of that up. So if I fly over here, just wanted to take a look at it from a distance. And yeah, already you can see how it breaks up all of the rooftops here. Maybe something needs to go over here, but I know I share that area, that line, I should say, the border, with a Ladrium, so I don't want to start putting anything too big over in this direction. That's a Ladrium's build there. So I'll have to think about it, but this is definitely my next big project for this area. And with that being said, everyone, this is going to be the end of today's episode. I really hope you all enjoyed. This has been Rogue Fox, and I will see you in the next one.